Thanks for tuning in. I am Durga Thakur Jha and I am excited to be your host. Today I am going to talk about incident management. Let's first talk about its overview. Incident management has a great importance in IT industry since this is a process of managing incidents throughout their life cycle from the time they are first reported to when they are either resolved or nothing more can be done in relation to them. And the whole purpose of this process is to reinstate normal service operation as fast as possible, reduce the undesirable impact on business operations, and ensures that decided or agreed level of service quality are maintained. Now its objective. When it comes to objectives, the primary objective of incident management is to standardize methods and procedures used for the well-organized and prompt response of IT services. Along with this, it increases the visibility of incident communication to business and IT support staff and aligns incident management activities and priorities with those of the business. Now, scope of incident management. Now, it's very important to talk about scope and value incident management process bring on the table. Let's talk about scope first. The primary scope of incident management process is to administer any disruption or potential disruption to live IT services. It also includes events identified directly by users via the service desk identified through an interface between the event management and incident management tools and those lost by the technical workforce. Now let me put forward something on the value we get from incident management. Incident management adds a lot of value to business. It lowers business downtime, which in turn leads to higher availability of the services. It allows the business to better classify priorities and dynamically assign resources as required. This particular slide is very important to understand that is basic concept of incident management. Some of the primary concepts of incident management are time scale, second one is incident model, and third one is major incidents. And further we'll speak on all of these three. First one, time scales. The objective of incident management is to re-establish services as soon as possible on the decided time scales for the incident resolution. Here businesses are the one who define the time scale while setting up a service. To commit to those time scale, the service provider and the customer agree and document it in the service level agreement. Basically, timescale depend on the defined incident priority and are documented in the operational level agreements and underpinning contracts. Service management tools are used to automate timescales and to escalate incident as required based on a set of predefined rules. Second, incident model. An incident occurs for the first time and has a major impact. A procedure is set up so that any future repetition can be handled efficiently. This procedure is now called an incident model. Third, major incident. A major incident is a break in service which threatens to cause or is causing loss to the business. If not given immediate attention, the major incident may even directly huge loss. The loss could be financial or in terms of brand value. A separate process with shorter time scales and a greater urgency is used for major incidents. Lastly, for this lesson, let's discuss on incident management process flow. The incident management process flow is described as follows. First is identification. Here the incident is detected or reported through event management. Alternatively, the impacted user registers it through a web interface over a phone call or via email. Second is registration. Here the incident is logged and the record is created. Third is where the registered incident is classified according to the type, status, impact, urgency or SLA. If the issue reported is not an incident but a request from the user or a change proposal, it is handled as per the defined request fulfillment process. Fourth is Prioritization. Once the incident has been classified, it is assigned a code which indicates the handling procedures to be used. Priority is decided based on the impact and urgency of the issue. Fifth is functional escalation. Initial analysis is carried out to find out all the symptoms of the incident. If the service desk cannot resolve the incident, it is escalated for further support in a process called a functional or horizontal escalation. Functional escalation is based on knowledge of proficiency. Sixth one is hierarchical escalation. If the nature of the incident is more severe, the appropriate IT managers are notified. This is called as hierarchical escalation. Further to this, we have vertical escalation. Vertical escalation is used when the existing resolution of an incident is not satisfactory to the end user. Next is investigation. If no escalation is required and there is no known solution, the incident is investigated for a new solution. This type of investigation can also occur in functional escalation. Next, resolved. Finding the solution, it is applied to resolve the issue. Lastly, 10th, close. The incident is fully resolved when the service recovers to a fully functional level and then the incident is closed. I hope you feel more confident talking about incident management with your peers. Do you want to more to learn? And make sure you tune in again soon. Until then, happy learning!